Hello, welcome to episode 11 of Your Canadian Pastor. I'm Bruce Adama, the pastor of Bethany Church in Bloomfield, Ontario, and right now I am your Canadian pastor. This has been a long, hard go. We're well past a year of living with the reality of COVID, and some of us have experienced the very negative impacts of the pandemic. Some of us have had our jobs impacted, where we've lost our jobs or had reduced opportunities at work. Some of us have had to have our kids at home, or some of us, we are the kids that were at home. And it hasn't always been easy. I know that people have had to figure out how to do their jobs full time while having their kids at home and homeschooling and facilitating all these different things. It has been very, very challenging. Some people we know have gotten sick. Some people we know have died, even in our own families. Maybe you were one of those that experienced sickness of COVID. Or maybe you are somebody who had to watch somebody you love go through that terrible experience. This has been hard. And the question that I wonder about is, how are people handling the burden, the challenge, the fear that comes from living in a time of pandemic? If one of us was to fall and break our leg, we know what we would do. We would get ourselves to the hospital where we could be x-rayed and where our fracture could be set and a cast put on, and we would then wait for the recovery under the guidance of our physician. We know what would happen if something were to take place with our finances. We'd maybe go to a financial advisor. We'd say, this is the situation. What should I do? Give me your advice. Help me through this. And we would very gratefully receive that advice from the financial advisor. But when the issue is our emotional health or our mental health, sometimes people place a stigma over that. And they say, oh, I'm too embarrassed. I don't want to be the person that needs to go for counseling. Well, care of your emotions is just as much a part of you that needs professional support as your body, as your finances, or anything else. There should be no shame in seeking the help that you need. I was more than a little irritated, if I could say that, when I read sometimes that people are told, well, if you're a Christian, you don't need to go for counseling. All you need to do is trust in Jesus and he's going to make everything better. So don't seek help. Well, Jesus has provided for us the resources to get the help that he needs. We would all say that the doctor who sets our fractured leg has been equipped by God with the skills that she can set it for us and make us well, and we gladly avail of that. And we would say that financial advisors have been given discernment and understanding of markets and all these kind of things so that they are gifted by God to give good advice to people to help them to manage their assets. In the same way, there are people who have been gifted at helping others find their way through their emotional issues and come to a point again of health. And we should avail of that. Jesus does not see it, I am confident, he does not see it as a lack of faith on our part to get help from professionals who can guide us to emotional and mental health. Don't hesitate to get the help you need. COVID has been a really tough go. And if you're having trouble figuring out what to do, and if it's creating anxiety or depression or worry within you, find someone who can help you to make sense of it and to come again to a point of health. You're worth it. God permits it. And it's my prayer as your Canadian pastor that you find your way back to health and wholeness and joy, and that COVID is kept far, far away from you. Well, my friend, God bless you, and I look forward to our next conversation with me being your Canadian pastor.